Now, the chaos witnessed in Lagos Airport before the start of the African Athletics Championships has made news all over the world for the wrong reasons. But how did South Africa pull off the last edition of the event in 2016? CGTN's Sias Plessis has been speaking to those who took part in the event.
The 21st edition of the African Championships has been marred by the event organisers being ill-prepared for the arrival of the contingents of athletes, administrators and media from all over the continent. The event itself has gone off without too many hitches and seen some stellar performances. But compared to the experience of 2 years ago, which did have a few initial hiccups, the competition in Nigeria has left a lot to be desired.
2016 Durban Africa Champs wasn't the same, but also the transport wasn't arranged previously. Our flights weren't booked and paid. So we also only traveled 2 days before the competition started, but we stayed nicely, the food was great, and the competition was arranged nicely. We started on time, and now if you have to compare it, I'm very sad to hear about it.
For the 2016 100-meter hurdles champion, her experience in Benin in 2012 is the most bizarre. But it taught her invaluable lessons and made her a better athlete.
There we stayed in a hotel, a big one, I think it was newly built, but there weren't roads for us, the water wasn't working on our floor, so we had to arrange with other athletes, can we please come and shower at 7, or I'm competing tomorrow morning so I need to shower at 5, is it okay, can I come and wake you up? And the bus traveling to the track was 2 hours, so that you all had to take in consideration. But that's what makes us athletes better, I think, in Africa, because you need to think out of the box. You need to be tougher than the European athlete.
Former 3-time African champion LJ van Zyl maintains that with each event the same problems occur, and that something needs to be done by the sport's governing body to ensure that the continent regains some credibility when it comes to hosting events in future.
I think the IAAF must step in, and they must also send in researchers before championships, and the IAAF president must address this stuff. And of course, why don't we see this at European championships or at American trials or some of the other top countries? But they expect us to bring the same amount of medals than this countries, and now we have disadvantage at some competitions.
Due to the dominance of African athletes on the global stage, there's a certain level of expectation that the events need to reflect the talent on display. Yet this hasn't been the case in the past. And in order for African countries to do this in future, the IAAF will need to intervene so that there's a set blueprint for all events going forward, so that they can be of the same standard regardless of where they're held. Sias Plessis, CGTN, Pretoria.